Coach, we'll go ahead and get started here. Lost a tough 2-1 double overtime game to Bucknell. Wayne Epps, go ahead if you have questions for Coach. You're up.
Yes, thank you, Coach. It's a great season. Undefeated year to this point. First A10 title, first NCAA tournament appearance. I know I was tough the way it ended, but what was your initial message to your group right after this one?
Well, we really haven't had a chance to come together yet. They hustle you off the bench pretty quick. So it was more just trying to clear the field. I'll have a chat with them here in a minute after I'm done with you guys. But, the message is gonna be the same, whether it was immediately after or now, is basically that, great season, something for us to build on for sure. We have a lot of the same roster back next year with a few additions. So, we're just looking to build on this year and take the next step.
What was a theme, in your opinion, of this game? Just sort of maybe missed opportunities, for your group. Out shooting them, 17-7, 9-5 on shots on goal. Had a couple opportunities, of course, in overtime as well. So is that kind of how you look at this game? You had some chances, but maybe just quite missed out on cashing them in.
Yeah, that Bucknell kid in net made some really nice saves for them. Got just a piece of a couple of them. We hit a post. I mean, we did all that we were supposed to do. We just, except for putting the ball over the line, right? So, that was unfortunate, but it's going to happen in sport. So, hats off to Bucknell. They stayed true to who they are, and so did we. And they came out the other side of it with the win.
What did you see on the goal by Letiana to start, and just how much of a boost did that give you guys? At that point of the game, to take a lead first.
Yeah, well, I think you see with us, it just gives us that extra little bit of energy, that little jump in confidence, and I think you can see that in the final stats. If we were just going to stat a game, from that point on, I think we just we did very well to generate a lot of attacking opportunities, and so it just gave us that little bit of a boost that we needed to get going.
Mm-hmm. Were you kind of thinking, just again, the way you guys were shooting the ball and creating opportunities, that another one was coming? Was that kind of the feeling that you had?
Yeah, I mean, you got to believe, right? You got to believe at some point the ball's going to get by them. So, we were close. Like I said, I mean, there were two balls that were right on the line there. We just couldn't get it over. So, it's not necessarily back to the drawing board when you're doubling up a team in shots. And like I said, hats off that Bucknell kid, made some great saves, and we generate some really good attack. We just didn't finish at the end.
What did you see on the game winner by Mary Kay right there at the end? Obviously there was multiple ricochets, and then finally, the ball bounced in. So it was, a great effort by Sasha as well. But just like I said, so many ricochets there, and one got past her. So what did you see on that play?
Yeah, you're spot on with that one. The ball kind of bounced around a little bit, and it's really tough to get into, defensive position when the ball's just zipping off of everybody. So, that's a tough one, and that's, like I said, sports part of it, right? You're gonna every now and then get one of those plays, and the other team's gonna capitalize. It's just unfortunate for us. It happened in overtime.
What time for one more, Wayne, if you have one?
Okay. Yes. Thank you. You touched on at the beginning, as far as, you're gonna have a lot of players back, building something, continuing to build something this year. How you kind of remember this spring, unorthodox, type of season, but also, as you mentioned earlier this year, kind of right on schedule, what you wanted with this program. Will you remember this year as you head into the fall?
Yeah, well, I would just, I missed, if you could repeat that, I missed like the tail end of that. Sorry about that, Wayne. Somebody over here.
Oh, no problem. I'm sorry. How will you, remember this campaign? Obviously, an unorthodox, type of season in the spring, but also, you mentioned you're going to have so many players back. How you remember this, and also, if I could add a second part to that, how many of your seniors maybe do you expect to return for that extra year in the fall?
Yeah. So the way I'll remember it is just the way our team kind of came together. Everybody in the world is experiencing this adversity, right? And our kids came together, and they made, from the beginning, right in late July, when we had a decision to make about coming back for preseason or not, because we weren't sure when the season was going to be played. And, you know, right away, they made a very mature decision that they wanted to come back. I gave them 3 options. I think we talked about this already, but, you know, and they wanted a preseason, and they knew there would be no guarantees, but they wanted to put the work in. So right from the start, they just showed such maturity. And then along with that, they just, the growth that they demonstrated from August to now is incredible, really. You know, so I think that, you know, they came together. They were really, really tight bond, which is, you know, that's a recipe for success. But they were focused on getting better every day. And again, that's a sign of a mature team, even though we're really young in certain positions. So, you know, and then next year, we're just looking to get a little bit more depth in certain areas, and we'll go from there.